Holla ballers, it's Preacher, and as we can't really do the daily preach anymore due to my schedule, it's currently 2:05 in the morning. We'll do as much as we can on little daily things and get things started with that. So let's start off with some questions because they've mounted up and I haven't really addressed them, which is a bit sad by me. Some of these have been kind of touched on in web shows, but a lot of people, that's a long way into the web show. I don't always include the Q&A in the abridged versions of the web shows because they kind of run on, and plus I don't really show the questions so people get confused as to what we're actually asking. So Matt sent this one in. I haven't ever emailed you before, but I just heard that Blizzard's making it so people can buy level 90 tunes from the Blizzard store for real money. This is an extremely scary issue in my opinion, and has a lot to do with your problem in the Miss video. I personally started WoW this expansion and was excited to level into a new one, but this is making me seriously consider leaving for another game. You're going to make a video about this. Well, this is about as close as I'm going to get to making a video about this, but I have to ask you this question, Matt. Why does it bother you? I don't understand. I generally don't. A lot of people are pissed about the level 90 purchasable, level 90s being given. When you get the new expansion, you'll be able to get a fast track level 90 and all this kind of stuff. I don't get why people are mad about it. I really don't. Let's talk about why people might think they should be mad about it. I think that's one way of putting it, is why should we think we should be mad about it? I'm trying to think of a reason why I would maybe be mad about this. And I think it's because, God, this is going to make a lot of newbies. I would kind of agree if, and this is a big if, isn't it? This is the real big if I believed that anything in the leveling process at any point, and I'm deadly serious, actually taught you anything about your class at all. Because it doesn't, does it? It doesn't. We have to be honest. It doesn't. It's been proven. You can level without wearing any gear, without casting any certain types of spells. You can certainly get away without playing your class optimally. Let's put it that way. You don't need to learn to be really good at your class in order to level. In any respect. You really don't. You don't have to do a damn thing to level. In fact, leveling is designed so people can pick up the game and have never played it before, maybe even never played an MMO before, and just go on about their merry business. Is leveling a bit easy? Yes, I can't deny that. Leveling has become considerably easier than it used to be in World of Warcraft, but I think Blizz just sort of bit the bullet on this one and just said, you know what, people aren't learning shit from leveling. And if we make it harder, here's the thing, if we make it harder so people can die very easily from a couple of mobs, not only is it frustrating, but they're not experiencing what we want them to experience. What is WoW's leveling experience is one question you've got to ask yourself. And I'm sure they sit around the table and they say, what is it we want people to take away from the leveling experience? I don't think it's an idea of being good at a class at all. I think that is very, very far down the list. What I think is the main aim in World of Warcraft leveling is exploration, more than anything. Visiting the world and seeing what's going on. I think Blizz is very much hoping that new players don't struggle to level at all, don't struggle to kill mobs for certainly, don't struggle to kill mobs, but in fact just go on a bit of a journey on their own and go and explore the various lands they've created. That's what I think the entire leveling experience of WoW is. Other than that, it just breaks down into very basic quests. The questing system in WoW is not the best, let's be honest. We've seen other games such as Star Wars shit all over it. And therefore, I just believe the 1 to 90, or what will soon be the 1 to 100 experience, is pretty much go on about and just see the land, explore the zones, take in the lore. Every single zone in the game has a story to tell, and they want you to hear it. What they don't want you to think is, God, this fucking area sucks, which is kind of what we had in vanilla. It is. We had some very, very difficult zones in vanilla to do questing in. Sometimes they were rewarded and people will kind of cling on to that like some sort of, you know, bygone trial of retribution that they went through. Is you completed something like Strombrad, I want to call, Stromgard, something like that. One of the ones in Arathi Basin. If you completed that, then you kind of felt some sense of accomplishment. Rose-tintedly, I would say, because, in fact, that fucking area was a total pain in the ass. It really was. It was a total joke. And what I prefer is what it is now. When I re-leveled with my goblins and my my Worgen briefly while I was Alliance, I just wanted to take in the zones. I did. I wasn't learning anything about my class, but then again, I was in a position where I wasn't trying to learn my class particularly. I certainly don't believe that being able to buy a level 90 is an issue. At all. I really don't see it as a problem in any respect. I think that if you're recommending to your friends and new players to just buy level 90 or whatever the restrictions are on it, then you're kind of goofing them over because there is a huge world to explore that you're just bypassing. You're sort of immediately rushing probably towards LFR if it's a brand new player, and God forbid you and woe betide you doing that to your friends. Don't do that. Don't be that guy who makes them rush to level 90. Say, dude, you know what you should do? Buy level 90 and get straight into LFR. It's going to be fucking awesome. No, it's not. I really have no issue with that. There's so many people in the game who are just generally not very good already, aren't we? We deal with it on a daily basis, and they're stuck in a horrible world of doing things like LFR and not realizing it's the most inefficient way of playing the game. And it's not because of they leveled. Them leveling themselves from 0 to 90 had nothing to do with their current situation at level 90 as it is now. When it's not the top level, they'll still have to go through 10 levels at least. I just don't see the problem with it. I don't. And to say I'm leaving the game because people can buy level 90s, I have no idea why you would want to do that. I don't get it. But I've always been a pretty strong believer in that kind of stuff. When people were getting gear for coins, I didn't care. I don't really care because it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect me in any way. Does it matter if some other guy has a level 90? Do you walk around Orgrimmar now with some sort of pride that you are level 90? Even though you're surrounded by literally hundreds of level 90s. Everybody has level 90s. Does it matter where they got them from? Doesn't bother me at all. It really doesn't. It doesn't mean they're going to be taking raid spots off you for damn sure. Don't get why it's a problem. Maybe you guys can enlighten me as to why it's an issue or why you believe it's an issue. But I don't see it. I've tried to see it. I don't see why it's a problem. Next one came from Gary. He said, I had a question. I saw your TESO video and thought of another MMO that is in production and has the highest crowdsourced funding ever. Star Citizen. What is your opinion of this game? This is a game I am watching with a big beady ass motherfucking eye. Because frankly, their mission is everything I want it to be. And it kind of harkens me back to being about 15 and getting my first PC. At the time, I was rocking probably the... either an N64 or some PlayStation 2 nonsense or some other crap. And then suddenly I got a Quake 2 OpenGL mod, which turned my game into full 3D, and I went, oh, wow, yes. And then it all went offline. And what I mean by that is there was a time a little while ago where PCs were far more powerful than the consoles, but so noticeably so it was embarrassing. It really was. If you ever played something like Quake 2 and you jumped from basic, I can't even remember what it was called, to OpenGL, OpenGlide, I believe it was called, which was the 3D software. Similar, Half-Life 1 did the same sort of thing. Half-Life 1 could be played in essentially normal graphics, and then if you got a video card good enough, such as, I think it was the 3D Effects Voodoo card that I bought, and you could activate OpenGL, your mouth literally hit the floor because there had been nothing like it ever. And you'd never seen graphical fidelity like that ever. And it was a completely different game. If you compare Half-Life with OpenGL on and off, you just literally lost your fucking mind. Then it all went a bit tip-top, and we just had console games being ported to the PC for the longest fucking time. And I sit here with a very powerful PC. I have a particularly good computer now. I'm very pleased with it. I've earned it. More than anything, I've earned myself finally the right to say I have a kick-ass PC. The upgrades that I need, or want, I should say, I don't need. That's the point I'm trying to make. The upgrades I want aren't things that I need, which is, it's been a long time and not many people can say that, and I'm pretty pleased with it. Star Citizen is of the opinion that it will never run on next-gen consoles, and that is what really grabbed me by the balls. When I see crowdfunded games, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of Kickstarter in general, because there's a lot of horror stories about Kickstarter. And it's not that I don't donate to people. I donate to people all the time. I donate $5, $6, $10, 20 quid, 100 quid if it's, I feel it's absolutely necessary and I think it's worthwhile. Awesome games done quick. Charity gaming, yes, I want that in full flow and I will donate to it. So I have no issue with the idea of doing donations. What I do take issue with is people not really having to supply anything. I think that's a dodgy system. Well, that's for another time. In terms of Star Citizen, looking fantastic. And when they say to me, this is a PC game for PC gamers, and the next-gen consoles have just launched, And they're telling me, look, it's never going to run on there. And the fact that the CEO came out and basically said, I am not going to dumb my game down for consoles, that sparks my interest a lot. It really does. And not from being like in an arrogant standpoint of, oh, I can play Star Citizen. None of that. Just the fact that this is going to actually use the technology I have at my disposal. And lots of people do. There are tons of us out there who have very good PCs. And we're constantly stuck in a world where we're giving crap PC console ports. And they're just shit. And they look like shit. And it fucks me off because I have so much more power at my fingertips that's available to consumer level. So this is a consumer level machine. Nothing I have here can't come from any ordinary PC shop. Yet we're burdened with the idea of Sony and Microsoft trying to get away with the cheapest machines to make as little bit of profit wherever they can, when anybody can get this over-the-counter stuff, which is fantastically better. It makes me really sad. And then game developers obviously have to make the games for consoles in mind, especially the big ones. A lot of people are on the indie bandwagon at the moment, which is, you know, I'm far more interested in indie than AAA. It's almost like a hipster kind of ideal. I've seen so many people saying, oh, I don't play AAA. And I speak to some of my friends and they say the same thing. I never play AAA. And I always ask the question, why? Some AAA games are absolutely fucking fantastic, just as some indie games are. I sit here right now in a Super Meat Boy hoodie from Team Meat, Mr. McMillan. Why? Because I have 300 plus hours in Binding of Isaac and I absolutely fucking love it. And I like all little indie games. I also like AAA. In the same sentence, I've been playing Assassin's Creed 4. I'm currently playing Saints Row the Third AAA games because there's a lot of fun to be had there. And I don't see why anybody should cancel that out and not play those. When I look at Star Citizen, I see something made for PC gamers that is hopefully going to blow my goddamn head off. I don't want another repeat of Star Wars The Old Republic's in-game flight missions on rails. I don't want another repeat of that. No, I want something that maybe I can use with an Oculus fucking Rift and I can fly through space like a fucking Jedi in a TIE fighter or an X-Wing or a Y-Wing or whatever manic ship I've managed to make myself inside that game, and I want to be able to do all this kind of crazy stuff because you know what? It's about time we did. Star Citizen looking good, but I never ever, as you guys know, put my stamp of approval on a game that I haven't played. Certainly not when it comes to MMOs. The game might look fantastic, it might push my technology to the limits, it could also suck massive nuts at the same time. Final question for today came in from Dennis. Joined the game, had enjoyed good time, and now he's got friends coming back into the game. So the point is his question. The point is I have some friends that came back to the game as well, but they are mostly preparing for Warlords of Draenor. And when it's released, they want to do raiding because now they're nowhere near creating a roster of people. And they do want to do it in their own guild. Also, I don't really care about my gear as long as it doesn't limit me from doing more raiding. My question is, shall I look for a normal guild while they are preparing? Yes, yes, a million times yes, and for the love of God, and I don't mean to be a dick, I really don't, but I have to be honest with you guys. Do not trust that your friends will stick around and or form a guild at all, ever. Do not trust anybody. They may be your friends, but right now they are the guild that is going to start raiding at some point. Guess how many of those guilds exist in the trade chat right now? A lot of them. They do. They hang around and they're waiting for you. Join our guild and we will start raiding pretty soon. Yeah, don't trust them, man. You can't rely on them, friends or not. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It's just not worth you wasting your time. If you're ready to play right now, go and play. Go and find people to play with. Do it. Go and find guilds that are trying to clear this content before Warlords of Draenor. So many people have left or sort of abandoned at the moment because of Hearthstone. Hearthstone is sucking the community dry, and Blizz may be hoping that Hearthstone is enough and Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls is enough to keep people happy until they're ready to drop Warlords, which is a long way away. Let's not underestimate that. If we see anything to do with Warlords in the next 5 months, I will be surprised if we're in the beta. They're selling there a long way away. We'll have to wait and see. They are going to be around for a while, for all I know and for all we know. Your friends might come back, might get involved in the game, then realize exactly how long it's going to be before Warlords actually drops and disappear again. Oh dear, that would suck, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. That would really suck. And you'll just be left on your lonesome because you wanted to get raiding and you wanted to do things now. You didn't want to be part of the you know, I'm just going to get ready for Warlords. I'm going to cap all my characters and do all my professions. That's like a week's worth of stuff, right? And you're sat there and you're ready to raid. You want to go and kill yourselves from Garish Hellscream. Then go and do it. Do not be held back by your goddamn friends, because they'll still be there. And if you want to join them, you can join them then. And if they're pissed at you for going raiding while they're not doing anything, they're not really that close to you, let's be honest. It could be a little bit tiresome, but anybody who's coming in with the attitude right now, and this should be something you tell your friends as well. If people are asking you, hey, I'm thinking of coming back for the new expansion, tell them, okay, don't come back yet. Yeah? That's the opinion you want to have for these guys. Yeah, sure, that sounds great. Don't come back yet, because the expansion's a long way away. And by the time the expansion comes, you'll have probably leveled, you'll have done the LFR, and you'll just be hanging around and going, well, where's Warlords? Where is it? They've announced it. Where is it? Where is it? So it's going to be a long way away, a hell of a long way away. There's no point in farming gear right now, especially if it's like lobby gear. If anything, I just encourage you guys to go out and get some sort of sense of accomplishment, kill some proper raid bosses, do some PvP, get a nice arena rank, go and try and get yourself something substantial that holds water into the next expansion. A heroic Garish Hellscream under your belt, that carries you a long way through Warlords of Draenor. A hell of a long way. Alright, and you've got plenty of time to try and get it done. So do that. Don't do this. I'm going to get some leveling gear for Warlords of Draenor. Or something ridiculous along those lines. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Don't be a part of that. And if your friends are coming back to get ready for Warlords of Draenor, tell them just to hold off just that little bit longer, because we don't know how long it's going to be. And by the time you come back, you'll be expecting things like getting some gear, and you might get stuck in some sort of LFR trap. And that is not good for anybody, because that system's going to change, isn't it? Just be careful, but certainly go off, find yourself a guild, have fun. Don't just hang around with your friends, because if they're getting used to the game again, it's not going to be long until they're kind of looking to you to just carry them, essentially. And that's not really what you want. You obviously want to ask this question because you want to go off raiding. I give you my stamp of approval, friend. Go off, Dennis. Have fun. Bye, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.